Is this heaven?
No, it's a podcast. Welcome to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Welcome to episode 125 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Megan.
I'm Mitch.
And I'm Joey.
All right. Well, we're back, and of course, I got a lot of cool things to talk about this week.
Yeah.
All
We're going to
right.
talk some Avengers, Dark Phoenix, Snyder, Vero.
Avengers Dark Phoenix?
Yes.
Avenge me.
Together.
Avengers me Dark Phoenix!
That's the only way they can get people to see the Dark Phoenix. It's
What
like, we
the
got to put it
twist?
with the Avengers.
But they don't even it's not even like a crossover. They just they've fused the two movies together like on the film.
Yeah.
And like halfway through it's gonna cut to Dark Phoenix. People are like, what's going on?
A bonus feature. You get like middle of the movie and then it ends and then it picks back up again. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're also going to talk the Snyder Vero event. Last week we did a contest, first ever contest, to win some tickets
Tickets.
to the Woolies event, Holy White Hounds.
Tickets.
Tickets, please.
No
Tickets,
ticket.
please. No ticket.
So Ambrose was on her show last week, and he offered up 2 free
Ambrose.
concert tickets. Joey wasn't here. He should have been.
That was a full show. So
No,
It's a full slate.
I could have just been here and not have said anything. It's not like I contributed a whole lot.
that's kind of how you are now. So
And that's the last we've seen of Joey.
I'm
so-
just kidding. I'm sorry. You set it up for me. You said it right there
all of
on
a
the.
sudden Joey's voice is no longer on the show.
Yeah.
You put it right there on the T. I just had to.
Just wait. All of a sudden we're going to do our outro and there's going to be no Joey voice at
Just
the end.
Oh, we've done it before.
I don't feel so good, and then it just drift away
Yeah.
like Avengers.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
the I have so much money. It's not even funny to be my ringtone.
Oh, Steve's?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Poor Steve.
what?
Oh, Steve's just rolling in dough.
Is it?
Did he say that or
Yes.
something?
Yeah, he says it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, back to Ambrose. And,
I was like, what is that from?
What is going on?
With what? You were talking about Ambrose, and then you just like looked off into space.
Oh, well, you were still talking.
Because I didn't know what. I have so much money. It's not even funny. I thought you were like quoting something.
Oh, well, from one of the...
Shakespeare.
From Steve is Shakespeare.
He's the Shakespeare of our times.
No, from our outtake, from our bloopers. You were on that episode, weren't you? Or no, was it you, Mitch?
I don't think I was here for last week.
No, it
was
wasn't
like
last
week
week. It was
before.
a couple of episodes.
It's on the
Oh,
end
was it?
of episode 123, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was
That's
funny.
fun. It's really fun. Uncut.
Sounds like it. Had to be the.
Was that one of our bloopers / boners?
Yes.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, boner didn't always mean boner, apparently.
No.
Joey is a connoisseur with this terminology, and it meant what before the 80s?
It's like a blooper or like a mess up.
And
So like the Joker and. Huh?
what?
What'd you say?
She said boner and started laughing.
That's why they had to stop using it. Like, we can't anymore.
Maybe that's why they called it. Maybe that's why they called it a boner. Because like when you would get them, it'd be embarrassing. It'd be embarrassing. Oh, whoops.
Choke
My
the
bad.
boner.
Well, I mean, they never come at the appropriate
Did it
time.
again.
What a boner.
Derp, 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 derp. Boner.
I want to just take this down a road. I'm not even
You're the one who said it and started laughing just immediately.
because it just clicked in my brain like a boner, and then you're like, it's a blooper or like a mess up, and then I just.
Well, speaking of boners, there's nothing harder than winning a contest. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to draw a winner,
We need a
guys.
5-minute take. Mitch is dying over here.
We're drawing a winner for the contest, guys.
Okay, yes, sorry.
Long and hard road.
Thank you to the 5 viewers who are still with us after this whole
Yes.
ordeal.
Yes.
You do some heavy editing now.
So now we're going to draw the winner. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
You bet.
Ching-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. All right. Ray Carroll. Come get your tickets at the door on 420 at Woolies. We'll be there rocking out. Round of applause, everybody. Thanks for joining the contest. And we're going to do more contests in the future.
Yes.
Sorry in advance.
What?
For your boner.
Well, it makes so much more sense now.
A lot of us, we get to go down memory lane sometimes. And with that said, the Pizzone is back, everybody, from
Ugh.
Pizza Hut. Joey got to review it last night for the show.
To review it?
He didn't know it at the time, but
I didn't know eating dinner would count as a review.
Well, I
do it all
used
the
to give
time.
reviews on, what was that, Jack Link's Little Chubs?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You just came in and you just said it. You just said the words, and we were like, "What are you talking about?" And without prompt, you just get it. This episode is sponsored by Little Chubs. It's like, no, it's not.
I never, to my credit,
Couldn't
though, I
even
never got a
describe the
cease and
product.
desist.
There's a little meat.
Just got Steve's hands around your neck. Like, oh,
Get your hand off my little chub.
dumb.
So Joey, did you?
No, I don't want to review it.
Did you enjoy
That's
the
stupid.
return? Did you like it?
No,
Didn't?
I'm not
Why?
going to review it.
Just tell me why.
No,
No, did you like it though?
no.
You didn't like it, so you bought it?
I didn't know I was not going to like it. I hadn't had it since it. When did it get discontinued? Like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Was the cheese just not very melty?
All of it was bad.
Well, it is
It
pizza.
just didn't taste good. Like the quality of everything was just.
So those.
Because it's a freezer thing, and they put it in an
Yeah.
oven, and it melts. And that's why it tastes like crap. Because
Okay.
you could just go buy a calzone at the store and put that in the microwave and eat that.
Okay.
So back
I'm-
in the day,
Isn't that called a Hot Pocket?
I'm very lazy and I didn't want to do that.
No, I'm not. Why do you think I'm always getting on you?
Pizzone came out about 20 years ago, and that's when pizza, I think, actually made their dough, and they didn't bring in frozen shit, So it was great, and it was pretty good size. And
Well,
then
even
they got
when we used to
smaller.
get them,
yeah,
it
got
was
smaller.
still. It got smaller, but it was not like a freezer thing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So
yeah, this was like
this new
what?
one's like mostly bread, and there's like not much inside of it. But last night, someone made a homemade one that Pizza Hut I went to. Apparently,
Really? And
Yeah.
you liked your pizzone?
it was amazing.
Really?
Now they have this cheddar baked on cheese. It's gross.
Yeah.
But this one was like old school. It was still small, but it was delicious. So I guess maybe you can ask a Pizza Hut around you to make a homemade one and see.
Or just go somewhere there where they sell calzones.
Probably.
And just
I was
do
excited.
everybody a
though.
favor.
I was excited it was back.
I was moderately excited. I said this, it's gonna be like Surge or like
Surge was a good drink.
let me finish. It's gonna be like Surge or was it French Toast Crunch where like it was really good
yes.
before and they bring it back. You're like, yeah,
Ecto Cooler was still good though. They brought that back. It was delicious.
yeah.
I got that and Surge at the time, and I took a swig of the Surge and was like, nope.
I am really glad they haven't brought Orbitz back.
That's gone?
Yeah.
Gum?
The gum.
I remember the
No,
advertisements.
not Orbitz. The drink with those little tiny floaty balls.
What?
Yeah. You remember Orbitz? Does anybody remember Orbitz?
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Were your parents pulling a prank on you?
No, there were little balls.
Drink your
gelatin
floaty balls. Drink.
Hold on. Orbitz. The drink. Okay, with the Z at the end.
It's like the gum.
Yeah, well, that's what I.
Oh, did
keep
they
thinking
change?
of.
Maybe they changed their.
Did your parents just pour you orange juice and then just like put Orbitz gum in your drink?
No. Here, Orbitz. You don't remember those?
No. Oh my god.
No,
Ew.
I've never seen that ever.
No, that looks
Oh,
like
God.
that looks like a bunch of pills.
No, it was terrible. So anyway,
It looks like a soap bottle, and like you put the soap in the bath or whatever.
Or like a lava lamp.
yeah. So anyway, you'd be thirsty. It was
Bought at
like
the pharmacy.
it was very much like those clearly Canadian drinks where they were already pre-flavored, but you'd
Wow,
have these little gelatin balls
Where'd you get those at? Just
at
a
the
store?
store. Yeah, come and go carried them. So anyway,
Drink a lava lamp.
Back
So
of the
anyway,
store, they're hanging
You
them
just
out.
you just burst into come and go. Where's my balls drink?
Can I
What a
get a
boner.
close up? I need a close.
so
up.
anyway, you'd get these little balls in your mouth, and you'd try to refresh yourself. God, it was tough.
Come
to
on,
swallow.
man. You had to stop. Jeez.
It's really hard to
How
swallow.
many do you
all
think you could fit at one time?
Well, I mean, you can down the whole bottle at
Hey,
once. I
everyone
guess.
listening, if you remember Orbitz, chime in.
Yeah.
Comments.
Was that their commercial? Orbitz, put our balls in your mouth.
Dude, the ball's suspended. They figured that the drink would last for 10 years.
People start choking on the balls.
My friend has Orbitz, has an Orbitz drink saved. It was a 4th of July edition, and it had red, white, and blue balls.
What was this marketing? Oh my god.
Gunpowder in them.
You've heard of regular Orbitz. Now get ready for the Independence Day Orbitz.
With red, white, and blue balls. Hold on.
God bless our Orbitz drink.
4th of July.
Orbitz, can you drink? We have balls in our drink.
Oh my god, I found it.
I'm dying.
Hold on. There it is. See?
Oh my god. Did they sell that for more?
What?
Did they try to like sell that for more than like the market
No,
value?
it was just the regular Orbitz price. I
I was
mean,
gonna say like what
Wait,
idiot?
let me see.
The marketing must have been terrible because I've never heard of that.
Yeah, is that like an 80s thing?
Whoa.
no, it was mid 90s.
Dude, that looks like a pharmacy poured pills in a bottle. I'm not kidding.
No,
they put
it was-
Sprite in it with it.
It was mid
What did it
90s.
taste like?
Like
Adderall.
Like what?
like clearly Canadian. It was just like a flavored drink.
Wait a minute, was Roseanne drinking this drink?
No, you're thinking
I think it was
Ambien.
actually
Oh,
made
that's
by
right.
Clearly Canadian.
What
Same
is
enough.
clearly Canadian? I know of dry
Yeah, what's drinking?
Canadian dry.
No, it was
What
just
is clearly Canadian? Is
I
that
don't
like a
know.
drink or
no. It was like spirit, like that fizzy water.
is it called clearly Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying it clearly tasted Canadian. I was like,
No.
what does that mean? Like syrupy?
You'd open it and go, "Hey, hoser." No, they still make Clearly Canadian.
Wow, we haven't gotten to any of our topics yet.
Nope.
Well, to get back to the Pizzone real quick.
Oh no.
Okay, Pizza Hut in general.
No.
You go to Target, their Pizza Hut Express is actually better than Pizza Hut right now.
Pizza Hut sucks in general.
They make
Let's
they
move
make
on.
great breadsticks, and their wings are great. Everything. It's weird, but yeah. Everyone out there, go to Target Express, Pizza Hut Express.
You know, I worked. My first 2 jobs were at a pizza place. I worked at Godfather's for the first job, and then over at the Hy-Vee Italian Express. And what is it? Pizza Hut. They basically make their dough the night before and then let it proof overnight. Not that it makes
That was
any
back
difference to
then,
you guys.
though.
Yeah.
It's probably all frozen now. They just
Yeah, we used to make our dough over at Godfather's, and we made it over at Hy-Vee as well. It's pretty basic. It just comes in a 40-pound bag of flour, and then all the stuff is already pre-mixed in there, and you add water.
Interesting.
And then you use a Hobart to mix it.
Well, apparently Pizza Hut now, they deep fry their wings, which they don't taste that great. But the Target one, they bake them, and there's a difference. So go to Target. That's what I'm saying.
Do
Go
you
to Target.
spend a lot of time at Target?
I do.
I do. I love Target.
I have a Target red
They're like,
card.
hey,
Do
Josh.
you?
I'm like,
Do you not spend a lot of time at Target?
No.
Why?
Why?
Walmart gal.
Well, because I'm poor.
Target isn't like
It's not that bad.
it's not like
Jeez.
Chanel.
It is where I come from.
Well, you know, Walmart's good.
No, I buy like see, Target's one of those places for me where if I go in and it's the classic, like you go in to get something, but then you walk out with everything but the thing that you
Oh, yeah, we
wanted.
do.
Yeah.
all the
Oh
time.
yeah.
All the time.
So I try really hard not to go there because I could spend a whole paycheck there.
Oh,
But I do go there to get my daughter clothes and stuff because they've got the best clothes.
They do.
They really do.
Can you go
I just
away?
find it funny that Target has better quality than the actual damn restaurant. It's just funny.
It-
It
Well,
is,
yeah.
yeah.
It's terrible.
yeah, they polished the turd there.
Oh, you need to go there and experience it.
Do you not go to Target?
No, I'm talking about Pizza Hut.
We're gonna take a film crew and we're gonna get your experience. And you're
Oh,
just
you
gonna
know
be-
what? We should do that as one of our video things for
We should.
Go to the Pizza Hut.
Geeks. Yeah.
Oh, we could get
Yeah.
this stuff from Pizza Hut and then there's stuff from Target.
Does
And be
Pizza
like,
Hut still
side
have
by
the
side.
book club?
No,
summer-
yeah, they do.
They do. Do they still give you a personal pan pizza
I think so.
after reading 5 books?
How do they know that you read 5 books? You write them on a piece of paper?
No, you used to get like a little star or whatever when you read a book, and then you take it in from the.
Oh, well, then I've read 5 books just now.
Well,
There you go.
let's go get a personal pan pizza.
Don't you have to be like
But
a
go to
child
Target
or
to
something?
don't go to Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Yeah, you
had to
do.
you had to be a child.
Well, I have a child, so that'll work.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
Joe,
know. Like, that's called using.
so Joey, you got
Exploiting
to
children.
You know.
you got to re-experience the Batman Begins PS2 game.
Oh,
Tell us
yeah.
about it.
The precursor to the Arkham series.
Yes.
It was pretty good. It was around the time where they were still making movies or video games for the movies that were coming out, like Transformers or
Comics too. That was
and
great.
yeah, we got the graphic
God, I
novel
miss those
to it.
days.
It's pretty good. Like combat's obviously not as fluid as the Arkham games because like it's PS2. But you got to drive the Batmobile, the Tumbler, so that got there before Arkham Knight did, and like they had the entire cast
Voicing nice.
voicing the.
So who was the voice of it then?
Of what?
Of Batman.
Christian Bale. I said the
Okay,
entire
okay.
cast.
Gotcha.
Pay attention.
And then you're on your phone.
I'm not.
But I heard.
Tell me everything I just said, word for word, verbatim.
And you get a personal pan pizza.
Yeah, you get personal pan
do I?
pizza if you get it right. And if you don't, you get a pizzone.
Episode.
It's your pizzonishment.
It's
Anyways, yeah. So like, it's weird that like Michael Caine agreed to this. I'm 99% sure it's
Really?
Michael Caine because like
did Austin Powers.
But you don't see him. It's like it's like in the Arkham games how like he's talking to him on the radio or on the comms or whatever, and you just hear his voice, and you're just like, really?
You can hear my
I mean,
voice.
I guess you could record this in like.
Isn't there a decent amount of money to be made though if you do voiceover games like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
yeah, but
So-
like he's Michael Caine. He didn't really. I'm sure he didn't really need it. But like I'm also like you could probably get
Isn't that a movie, Michael Caine? Sorry. I'm shutting up.
a movie.
Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine isn't a movie.
He's in movies.
Yeah, no, never mind.
There's a Michael Caine biopic, I wonder.
I don't
Michael
think
Caine
so.
starring Michael Caine?
Anyways,
You saved it.
Yeah. The real Caine.
but like Liam Neeson was in it,
Yeah.
and like
Does he sound just as sexy in that as he does in everything else?
oh yeah, he sounds great when he's trying to do an accent that's not like Irish. Grab the shuriken on the wall. Purge your fear, Bruce Wayne. You ever seen that Family Guy? Those hills have to be 40 meters wide.
Is he Irish?
Yeah.
He is?
He's like, I mean, he might be like Welsh or
He
something.
does a really good British accent. I didn't know he was Irish.
He is
What's his
Irish?
British accent, Joe? I don't know. It's just an Irish accent.
Does he wash with Irish Spring?
Hey, I'm looking for you, Mitch. if
Cillian
you-
Murphy's in it. He was Scarecrow.
there
He
you
voiced
go.
the Scarecrow in the
No,
video
he
game.
doesn't. Does he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, why would he not?
Did you mention her name?
Say his name again so I can get excited and blush.
I don't know. I don't know if we got time for
We need
that.
to play the game.
I need
Yeah,
to.
yeah. You burst in the room like Batman like opens the door and he goes, Batman.
And
Have you seen Megan? And Batman's like, what? He's like, Megan, and then he just punches him in the face.
I
made
know you
no
came looking
sense.
for me. It's fine.
He's gonna be in A Quiet Place too. That's
Why-
why he was trending.
Oh, he's gonna be in A Quiet Place too.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be perfect for that. Well, he has his shirt.
Well,
off.
why? You don't even know what the role is.
I don't care what his role is.
What if
He's a tree.
I just looking at him is enough. He doesn't have to say anything.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't that be an awesome power to have? A superpower?
Yeah, it would be
To
Austin
just-
Powers.
If looks could kill,
yeah.
it would be Cillian Murphy.
It's just like 2 hours of him just staring into the screen.
I mean, have you seen 28 Days Later?
Yes, that's how I first discovered him. And his
Discovered him.
yeah, well,
Oh, what is this treasure that nobody's ever
Brothers,
seen?
Listen.
Wait,
your
no, I
reboot
mean, you do know in the
I know you already
Batman
made.
villain.
I know
Have you
you
seen
already
it,
made the
Mitch?
movie.
No,
but-
huh?
okay, so you do know the beginning shot is like him and his penis.
I don't think I
It's just him and his penis just hanging out. Hey, buddy.
What a boner.
He's a child
He's
president.
writing with it.
It's Mitch.
He's writing the opening credits with it.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine?
So anyway, it's
Adam
a,
Sandler just goes, "Shabba-hoo."
so it's a great game to revisit overall. right?
Yeah, it's relatively short. Like there's because there's the days before like all the
Oh, it's
trophies.
just short.
No, it's
The
Harry.
game?
Oh,
Sorry.
it's a short game.
Let's just take a beat.
No, I get it. It sounds like it's a pretty fast-paced game because they're trying to use scenes from the actual movie.
I'm learning a lot about you two today.
They actually
Mostly
play-
about
they
Megan.
actually-
I've already known this stuff about Mitch.
They actually play scenes from the movie, don't they?
Yeah, I just like to set up this.
I thought we were still talking about that. I'm sorry. Don't look at Josh. He's mad.
Just like to set up the scene. I don't know. Yeah, it's a fun game. Go play it.
Does it have the batarang? Can you throw?
Yeah.
Does it have? Movement?
Joey's like, I'm gonna be careful what I say because
Anything can set them off.
whoa, ring. I don't know.
I'm thinking of 28 Days Later. So it starts out with this wide pants shot.
Anyway, Avengers, guys, that's coming out.
Yeah.
soon.
Endgame.
Wow.
Endgame.
April 25th in the UK.
3 hours long.
26th
Is that
in
what
the
it
USA.
is?
No, it's Harry. Or what did you say?
That time it was his fault.
It's 3 hours and 2 minutes long.
See, I've heard conflicting things. I've heard 3 hours and 10 minutes, 3 hours and 5 minutes, and then 3 hours and 2
I'm going with
minutes.
just 3.
So
Yeah.
what are they? Why is it 3 hours long? Like, what are they all trying
We got a lot
to?
of stuff to do.
It's just a lot to.
Like what?
They got to
basically
close the gap.
I'm not going
bookend
to tell you.
the whole.
Well,
You got to
I
go
wanna
see the
know.
movie.
Well, I'm gonna see the movie, but aside from the fact that they got to save the planet, which could be like a 20-minute ordeal in movie
That's true.
world,
Yeah.
like, what else are they doing?
Well, the story goes.
They got to
is
set up the plot.
Well,
They
the last
gotta-
one was 2
They're also
hours,
trying to
40
set up
minutes.
the fourth. In
Are
the,
they gonna like tie up all of the what parts
Yeah.
of time are they
Yeah.
in, and where's?
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense the length of time. Also, that's credits included too. So credits are probably
Yeah, I hate when they. I
30
wish,
minutes,
they
maybe.
would like stop doing that. Like,
You think they'll do,
saying
like,
how long a movie is when it's really just like 10 minutes of credits?
Yeah. Is that what a lot of it is though? When they're saying like.
Well, I mean, that's why
movie
when Batman vs Superman came out, they were like, it's 2 minutes and 2 hours and 30 seconds or 30. God, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and then you watch it's like 2:20 because like the credits were like actually like 9 or 10 minutes.
Wow. Do you think? Do you think we'll get some post-credit scenes to set up the?
yeah. That's the rumor anyway to set up Phase 4.
I don't know. I heard like. I'm pretty sure
They'll
after
be like,
I'm,
"Thanks
pre-
for
well, I'm pretty
coming."
sure after Spider-Man they're not like doing stuff for like a year. Like they probably need like
crazy.
Yeah.
breathing room.
That's okay though.
Can we talk about Spider-Man for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Okay. Anyways,
Well, the
you said a second.
You know what the question is with Far From Home
Yeah.
is does that take place before Infinity War or after Endgame?
Right.
Obviously, we'll know after Endgame, but
So didn't somebody mention the bus thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's talk that basically. Can we go into spoilers, or should we say spoilers?
we don't really know.
We don't
what's
know.
true.
This is all hypothetical
Speculation, yeah.
speculation. That basically the scene that we're seeing with the bus is post snap, when basically Doctor Strange resets the universe or closes the gap. The
Scene with the bus, like from
when
Infinity War?
Yeah, from Infinity War. That's him coming back from the trip.
Right.
No, because all everybody had was like a backpack.
Yeah.
But they were going to Europe. They
Oh,
would need
that's
their
true.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
all their shit.
So there's holes in that, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
You could connect it. But yeah.
My theory
Yeah.
is that it takes place within the Snap universe or whatever. Like everybody's like in that dream state, and like this is all happening like in their heads.
Really?
Like some
That's my
Inception?
theory. I know it's not going to work. I know it's not going to be it.
Well, you never know.
But that's something I like to think about.
You never know.
They're just stealing the plot line from Inception.
No,
Yeah, it's Chris.
No, it's like
Who's
they-
in
well-
Inception?
Sam Jackson.
No, Cillian Murphy's in Inception.
Well, no, it's
He is.
not the plot of Inception. Like they don't know that they're not alive.
Oh,
Like they're living in this like dream state world.
I want to live there.
Well, that's interesting because isn't there a theory, or maybe in the comics, people who disappeared with the snap actually didn't die; they went somewhere else.
Well, that's the thought, is that they all went to this planet that's basically like a jail
It's like the
world.
leftovers.
Yeah.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but that's a good show.
You
I
think
haven't seen it,
You
so
think
no
that's
spoilers.
what they've done? I mean, I know they have like ashes of what they were, so I don't know. If they-
Well, I feel like they're either like they got transported to like another plane of existence, or they're like in that soul stone maybe.
oh, that's right. I didn't think about that.
Well, it's,
I don't know. But no, I'm not saying like that's gonna pan out. That's more than likely not the case. It's
right.
But it feels like way too like hokey just to be like another Spider-Man movie. Like it feels like there has to be something going on like the last like 10 minutes for them to be like,
yeah. And I wonder if
it's just the
takes
timing
place-
of it's weird.
Yeah.
I bet it comes after Endgame.
It's
It
like I don't
has
care
to.
about. It's like I don't care about him in Europe either.
I think it's something interesting though.
But you're
'cause
taking
they're
the friendly
always in
neighborhood
New York.
Spider-Man out of the neighborhood. It's just like, eh.
I think they're looking at like how many films they've made. I think they want to make people like be more interested.
And also it's like you got the whole Happy and Aunt May romance, and people are like, And I'm like, yeah, that seems like it's like a throwaway type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, they won't actually explore that.
Right.
Because I guess in the comics, Aunt May dated Doc Ock. I mean...
That's cool.
Yeah. I have to introduce him this time. But...
That would mean that she would have to be considerably younger.
Well, in the comics,
Why?
she was... I think Doc Ock was an old
Yeah,
dude.
Doc Ock's an old dude.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the comics.
Also,
the
it's weird
comics,
that Aunt May is like young and hot. Like that's a really weird thing to me.
Yeah.
It messes with me.
Because she's an old lady in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who she is. Like she's just like a motherly figure. You're not supposed to look at her and be like, damn.
Well, it's weird that in real life, Tom Holland's dating her.
What?
Versus Torment. No, I'm kidding. She's not. He's not.
I was
Gonna
gonna say that's real
I know.
young.
Wouldn't that be crazy though? Like 2 years after the
That's
whatever
like-
last movie, they're dating.
It's like Pete
I mean,
Davidson.
yeah.
weird.
I was
Pete
gonna
Davidson,
say,
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, how old is?
How's
Kate
that weird?
though?
Well, I mean,
Huh?
good for him.
I mean, he's like 20 something. She's like 40 maybe. That's.
Okay, I'm looking.
Yeah,
but if
we
she
need
did,
to-
if Marissa Tomei dated Tom Holland, he's like still like barely 20.
You know, I didn't know that she was married to Sheen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Really?
that they
Michael
have-
Sheen.
And that they have a child
Oh,
together.
Michael Sheen. I think
Yeah.
I meant Charlie Sheen.
Oh,
No,
Like,
no.
whoa, I missed
I thought
that.
you meant Emilio Estevez.
Mighty Ducks.
What happened to Emilio Estevez's eyebrows?
Well, Endgame's gonna solve it.
I hope so.
It's the ending
I hope they
credit
cut to a
scene.
screen where he's just walking along the street and all of a sudden his eyebrows reappear and he goes, "Shoo, huh?"
Okay, so she's 45. And what's the guy's name?
Beckinsale?
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
No.
Pete Davidson.
Martin Sheen. Pete.
Oh, it's like my phone knew.
Peter
Peter.
Venkman.
Peter.
Peter.
And he's 25. Damn. 20 years. There's a 20-year gap.
Huh. A lot can happen in 20 years.
Oh, give it 2
That
weeks.
gives me
and
some
it'll be
hope,
over with.
except I'm not a celebrity, so there's probably no hope.
Well, also like you
Just
make
be
a
funny.
you make a woman laugh. That's like
Yeah, that's like
true.
both.
big
Yeah.
deal.
You're in.
She dated a comedian before him too. So
Yeah.
that's her.
So I don't know.
Is that her
So he
weak
just needs to
spot?
stay funny.
People are
and they'll
freaking.
stay together.
Well, I don't know. People are just freaking out about them dating. It's like
I'm not.
at the end of the day, who cares?
It gives me hope as a 31-year-old female.
That you can date. That you one day could date Pete Davidson.
School's out.
You one day could date Pete Davidson.
No, just that at some point in life I could date a younger man and not have it be weird if that were a thing that would happen in the future. I don't know.
You got really like I could date a younger man and not be weird. It sounds like you're not comfortable with it.
Well, I'm not. I'll be the first to say.
You don't
it.
want to date a younger man?
No, I don't want.
Not comfortable.
No!
That's
Oh God,
a little
no!
Weird. I mean, you know, be like the opening scene of 28.
Well, if you do date a younger man,
Yeah.
you got to get through 3 hours and 2 minutes. You got to Lord of Rings this film Endgame. So
Go to the bathroom first.
yes,
Yes.
don't eat anything, don't drink anything.
I was planning on actually buying a package of Depends.
Yeah, and I sent you that picture.
And she was like, "What are you gonna buy?"
He's gonna leave.
Well, Depends. I was thinking the ones for heavy days.
I didn't read that correctly when you sent it. I thought you were like, well, it depends on what I'm going to buy, is what I thought you said.
You're like, "What are you gonna buy?"
Depends.
Joey's like, depends?
Anyone listening, are you gonna join Mitch's crusade?
Yes.
Are we gonna unite the Depends?
Can we
Yeah.
just all
community?
show up in depends over our pants together?
Yes.
You're gonna astronaut.
Yeah, you guys do that. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
I'll be there for sure later.
Yeah. I was thinking about wearing the Depends underneath my clothes.
Oh.
You know,
Why?
in
How
case
they
I-
work?
Loaded.
Yeah, in
I
case,
didn't know that.
in case I have a blowout.
Isn't
you
that
know.
what you do? Isn't that how you wear Depends?
Well, you can wear them on top.
Well, if you have a blowout, you're gonna
Why?
kill that theater really quick.
Well, you know,
Why would you wear Depends on top of your clothes?
leakage.
What?
What if you wear Depends and then Depends over your pants so that you can
What
really...
if you wear one underneath
Yeah.
and then one over, so you was like double
Yeah.
covered?
Could you enjoy the movie?
Say you go to Hoo Hot right before you go to the
Yeah, I was
place.
gonna say, what are you eating to where your insides are literally
Little
just like
chubs.
exiting
You
yourself?
Little chubs.
Well, I could go to Jimmy John's and everything would be freaky fast. And...
You'll put that in his Depends for
Your stomach can't handle Jimmy John's?
No, my
Deli
stomach cannot.
sandwiches?
No, an hour later, I am on the crapper, like praying for God to end me. Literally, every single time I have Jimmy John's and Hoo Hot,
What do you get? What do you get at Jimmy John's?
I just get the standard salami sub.
Just
Standard salami sub. I don't even ask him to put any oil on my sandwich.
Ho
Ho ho!
Can I get the standard salami slab?
I'm backed up. I gotta clear this sucker.
It's like the Hoover Dam when it breaks.
Oh, Jesus.
Like that scene in San Andreas where the Hoover Dam just like
Yeah,
explodes.
It's
That's
very
Mitch.
much like that. Yeah.
And you kill Paul Giamatti.
Why?
Or no, you kill his friend. Paul Giamatti doesn't die in that movie.
That's how Katrina happened.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a bloody
We're
mess.
talking about one thing that hasn't happened yet versus a catastrophe that happened 10 years ago.
Well, I mean, Paul Giamatti
terrible
doesn't stand
person.
next to me.
What's going on?
No, Paul Giamatti doesn't die in that movie.
No.
Are you guys okay with this 3 hours? I am.
I
totally
am.
okay
I
with
think
it.
it's
It could be
about
4
damn
hours.
time.
I don't care.
It's
Yeah.
the last
As long
one,
as it-
right? So
For a while.
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, not the last one ever. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of annoying because, like, you know, WB had the whole thing about, like, oh, nobody's going to pay to see a 3-hour superhero movie. It's like, oh, well, we already got people paying for the pre-sale tickets, so...
They're saying this could be a, $800 million movie right off the start?
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
If not a
Last
billion.
one made $2 billion total. So.
Hopefully they can make Captain Marvel cool.
Oh no.
Did you guys see Tom Holland's dance scene?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like
funny.
3 years ago.
That's funny though.
Was it?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna?
They did it. He did
I
it
still
for.
haven't seen it.
He did it. Him and Zendaya did it for the like
First
Homecoming.
promote Homecoming. Yeah.
Well, I'm behind on the times, and so I recently saw it, and I watched that video like 15 times.
It was funny.
I have still not seen it.
I sent it to you,
What?
I think.
No, you
No, I
didn't.
sent it to you.
See?
Yeah,
You put it in
I've
like
seen
the
it.
group chat.
It was good.
Uh-oh. I'm in
So are
trouble.
you down
not
with this
great.
3 hours?
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Too long? Okay.
No, I'm down with that.
Yeah. You gonna bring Depends like Mitch's? He's gonna pass them out before everyone goes in. Depends.
Oh, is this going to be, are we going as a group?
I'd love to. That'd be cool.
Sure.
We could review it
Yeah.
on the spot.
Whoosh bang.
Just in the middle of the theater. I really like this movie. Everybody's like, shut the hell up.
Need a quick intermission, guys. All right, now I'm done.
Oh, did you guys see the Iron Man scene? Shut up.
And that's a boner.
This
Come see you
isn't,
live in the cop car.
this isn't really comic accurate. Oh my god, it just started.
No, I'd be like, tell me, sir, why isn't it comic book accurate? Well, I remember walking out of X-Men Last Stand, and I was like,
Because I
man, why
turned it
can't we
off.
get
Just
3-hour
you
comic
get
book
what you
movies?
get
I
and
said
go
that
for a
back
fit.
then.
Go away.
you know?
Yeah, and I think we need to get away from this narrative that 3 hours is too long. I think if
They used to have
told
intermission back in
correctly,
the day.
yeah, if
It's
told
like, bring it
correctly,
back. I don't
we
care.
need it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. Some movies you can't fit everything in 2 hours, and that's where they fail.
Well,
So-
put a 10-minute break in there. Just
Yeah.
10 minutes. Maybe take a preview off the movie, and there you go.
Yeah, just put in a subliminal message.
Yes.
Some little bit
Yeah, subliminal, like the abominable snowman. And just put a Kaibo in one of the picture scenes, and then that way everybody knows. that
There's
it's
one
time to
Kaibo
go.
in one theater.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kaibol!
What a twist!
Would you be a fan of intermissions if they had to bring that back? Like if we were gonna get 4-hour comic book movies, let's say, would you be okay with like a 10-minute break?
Yes, I would.
Dark Phoenix. This is rumored to be a train wreck. They released 10 minutes of the beginning of the film at WonderCon panel. They had no audience questions. They weren't allowing that. They
They had no audience.
had an audience.
They had no audience questions.
They had an audience. They weren't allowing
Nobody wanted
questions.
to ask anyway.
It's bad when they don't allow
There's
questions.
one guy named Ted in the middle of it. Yeah!
No, it's probably Bryan Singer. Hey guys.
Yeah, he's in like a mustache, like full makeup.
He's got one of those glasses on.
He's
With
like,
the fake
boo, the
nose.
movie sucked.
Maybe
No,
it's time to
there was
boo
an
Bryan
audience,
Singer.
but they weren't allowing questions, and they had some of the cast there, not all of them. The movie's releasing June 7th. Disney basically owns it now, so there's a lot of rumor, like, what are they going to do with this? Like, are they going to release it still or not? So, first-time director Simon Kingbird, it's not really looking too promising.
This feels like such a throwaway movie, though. Like Fox is trying to get one last dollar from
Yeah,
the
it was,
X-Men.
it was
I don't
probably
think
it
it'd
was
be-
probably already in production before
Yeah.
like the whole deal started.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had a hinkling that this was going to happen, so hey, let's hurry up and make something. And I feel bad because if it's the director's first time doing it, then nobody's going to take him seriously, and it may hurt his chances of getting other movies. But you know, it is Hollywood. And you
But
never
he's a
know.
writer. Like, he had a lot
Right.
to do with previous X-Men films, so he could always fall back on that if he had
Yeah.
to. But, yeah, I mean, this is a 19-year-old franchise.
You look like Catwoman.
It's definitely
What are you doing?
it's definitely old enough now to have graduated high school.
Yeah,
X-Men.
that's
Oh,
true.
wow.
That's true. Well, Joey was talking about before the show, like everyone likes to dog on these movies, basically, but they forget about the good ones.
Well,
There are some good
they
ones.
talk about it like they've had more bad movies than good movies, and that's just trying to. Really
The question is, though, does the original X-Men hold up?
Yeah.
Does it?
I think so. I
I'm
mean,
not ready for a new cast.
I'm not either.
we have to though. They're all like 60 now.
No, I think there's some that should carry over. I think Professor X
Oh, you're
should.
talking about the younger cast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant the original cast. Yeah, no, I agree.
Professor X should.
agree.
I
Yeah.
think Magneto should.
Yeah, but are they gonna make them like older?
No, they'll
No.
just.
But it's in the 80s.
Still Judi Dench it with Bond. You know, how
That's
they
like
didn't- they
that's
didn't
the
explain-
go-to.
Yeah.
It is because it's
It works.
True. If
It
you look
works,
at
though.
Bond, they totally rebooted. Like he was brand new, first time ever James Bond secret agent, and M was there, and she was there for the Brosnan ones. This was a.
But the reason
whole new
why
start.
Judi Dench worked in the new Bond was basically because they said that Daniel Craig was a new Bond, and so everybody bought into it immediately when they realized that this was like Bond is just a name within the organization. It means that it can be whoever they want it to be.
Wait, you're saying
When did they
Bond's
say
a
that?
code name?
I think that's
They
the
never-
way I took
they
it
never-
from
they never
Casino
said that.
Royale.
No, they basically.
Boy, I need to rewatch them now.
I can't defend you because I don't know.
Why are your
That's
glasses
okay.
on? Are you leaving?
No, I'm just trying to be too
Some
cool
some
for
people
school.
want that theory because it would explain a
It's
lot
not
of
working.
things.
Yeah.
But they haven't actually said this is what it is. That he was a first time agent because, given James Bond's history, he's always had that parent history. So you can't just have. Is that the requirement to be Bond? You have to have parents die in an avalanche.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it this way. It didn't
Apparently, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
They
Are you
screen
trying to office me here?
they screen these kids very carefully.
The way that they kind of wrote it with the third movie with Daniel Craig is that his last name wasn't Bond.
Inspector?
Yeah, it was something different.
No, you're thinking
I
of Blofeld. He had a different name. He was adopted by
I
the
think
father.
it's time you go back and rewatch.
I think it is too. I need a move vacation.
But what I was saying though is they rebooted Bond.
Yeah.
But they took a great element from the other ones that people liked, and she was an Oscar winner, and she's a great actress.
Right.
And she actually reinvented her take on M, so it was a different M. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is they can do that with this new cast. Yeah, there could be confusion, but I think true fans would really know what's happening. They're just
Sure. And also just write them well. Don't make them have like hokey jokes every 5 minutes.
yeah. I like the cast; it's stellar. But
No, I do too.
There's some that are really good. There's some that need to go.
Like whom?
Jean Grey, the new Jean Grey. I think she's a great actress.
yeah, I agree.
but I don't think that
she's
she
great as-
embodies the role of Jean Grey.
I don't think she's great.
She's been in
as-
one movie.
Nah, that's enough for me.
And Jennifer Lawrence can go, although she probably did go because if you've seen the trailer for
Like every time
They
that she
gave that away.
stars, she keeps on getting less and less blue.
yeah, I know, yeah, because they want to see Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
She's the money, man. She's all there. Like,
the
whatever.
money.
Stupid. Bring Rebecca Romaine back. I don't care.
No.
No.
Well, she did come back, just for a brief moment when
the
she
first-
yeah.
Last Stand's really, or no, I'm sorry, not Last Stand. No, Last Stand's not good.
Last Stand
First
was a
Class.
great movie.
Yeah,
no,
they're-
no.
They're like,
First
Rebecca,
Class-
we want you back.
Yeah.
First
She's
Class.
like, I'm going to
was
be in the
really-
next X-Men movie.
Had a lot of cool elements in it.
It did.
Because it wasn't directed by Bryan Singer. It was just like Bumblebee. Like it had a lot better elements in it.
Could
than
the
other
issue with
ones.
X-Men be Bryan Singer?
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. I mean, he stepped away. Last Stand was terrible. That was Ratner, but yeah, I think Singer
both
anymore. I think
shitheads.
he just phoned it in basically because he had other things to do, apparently. So
McAvoy can stay because
Yeah.
he's a good looking
Fassbender.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Is it all about looks to you?
No, it's not all about looks for me. A lot of it is acting. Like I think Jennifer Lawrence is a phenomenal actress.
I was just joking.
But I am also female, and I'm just
What?
trying to appeal to our female audience by saying what they're all thinking, which is that McAvoy is a good-looking man.
He's pretty hot.
He's fine. He's not hot.
And have you
He's
seen him?
He's an attractive guy.
But he's definitely better looking than Pete Davidson.
and he's a good actor.
What?
Pete Davidson is Professor X.
Pete Davidson looks like that kind of guy that you're talking to him. He's got a fever of 102.
So basically, the first 10 minutes of this
Yes.
screened very well. They're saying.
Did it?
But
Oh,
that
good.
doesn't mean the movie's going to be good. You
Well-
know, this X-Men's got some good parts, but
If people
I
don't
hope
want it
it's
to be good, then it's not going to be.
But see, here's the
I
thing.
go in with an open mind. I'm just saying.
I am
from
too, but
all
like-
the press about reshoots and
Yeah.
all this drama, like
All
Are
the
you gonna
press
go in
sound
a
great.
good mood?
Huh?
Are you gonna go in a good mood?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, she's referring to Captain Marvel.
I was in a good mood.
I know. That's
So
Steve
here's
was
the thing,
saying
though.
you
The
could be in a
thing,
bad mood, I don't know.
the thing that I have about these press conferences, when you're going to an event like this, you're already pumped because you're there. Like, it's awesome. You're having
it's
fun.
WonderCon. Yep.
You're having a good time. Now,
I've had a hot dog.
you've had a hot dog, maybe a Jack Link's little chub.
And
Anyway,
you paid $10 for it.
you paid $10
For
it.
one little chub.
Yeah, you got to unwrap it yourself.
Jeez.
And
Pour
then
the
put
juice
it in
out.
your mouth yourself.
So anyway, they do come in a little juice.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so my question is,
Bottle of pills.
And now we know why Mitch is the way that he is. Not only does he take balls to the mouth, but he also fills it with little chubs.
This is made by the MedCap Corporation.
so anyway,
You really tried with that joke.
it's the balls.
It failed.
No, you're fine. So
Everybody
anyway,
at home just go, oh my god, that was stupid. Go ahead.
so you're there. You're really excited. I
Right.
mean, how much of that is just the excitement
The
of
hype
being there
or whatever, yeah.
versus
yeah.
the actual goodness of the movie?
Right.
Of X-Men?
Yeah. Well, the Dark Phoenix.
I've
10
read the
minutes that they
description of
saw.
the
I don't
opening.
know, I feel like
they
you need
actually
to go
give
in-
spoilers to the opening 10 minutes. And look, I think it's going to be really entertaining.
You need to go in with an open mind. Plus, you guys stop listening to like all the people saying it's gonna be crap because
Yeah.
more than like half of those are just the Marvel fans who don't like any other Marvel movie except.
Well, I'll go see it. Like, I know Apocalypse, people are like, oh, it's terrible. I went and saw it. Like, yeah, I agree it wasn't the best, but I still thought it was better than Last Stand.
But see, that's the same thing that I had happen to me with Captain Marvel. Was I went in with a real negative mind. The last second, I said, "Okay, screw it all. I just want to have fun," and it was good.
Yeah.
For those people who are like hardcore comic followers, what's their favorite Marvel movie then that they stand by?
Well, they're pretty much all in. On
Not even- it's not even
MCU,
like-
I think.
Yeah, it's not even like comic followers. It's like I like the Marvel movies, like the sole Marvel movies, not the Sony Marvel movies, not the Fox Marvel movies, only Marvel. And if you're not that, I'm not gonna like you.
Right.
That seems like
Well, that's
Stupid, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I know.
that's like me saying I don't like mainstream music because you're mainstream. Oh wait, I don't like mainstream music.
Uh oh.
What?
Uh oh.
Was that a jab at me? I don't understand.
No,
I don't understand
no.
the joke.
No, it
was
wasn't
very
a joke.
confused.
No. Have you ever met somebody that's just like you're really excited about a new band and you tell them and they're like, "Yeah, I've heard it sucks."
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Or you really
I'm
like
not
the
saying
band
you've ever
when they
done
were
that.
smaller and then they get bigger and
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, you sold out because their records become a little bit more
Oh, okay.
commercial and,
Yeah.
and unauthentic.
Like
Right.
Nickelback.
Yeah. Like Nickelback, who was bad from the very beginning.
Oh, now I like their.
Oh, now.
I did. I legit like their first.
I like some of their
album.
songs.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
I'll say,
Look at this photograph.
Now I know why it makes them. Laugh.
Look at this Orbitz drink. We put our balls in the drink.
I feel weird.
Yeah, those balls will float
What's the other
around.
one? Catch me standing in line.
What?
Isn't that what he sounds like?
What did you say?
Wise man.
That and Creed. Creed's the other one.
Oh god.
I like that movie.
No, not
No.
Creed. Not Creed the movie. Creed.
I know.
Okay.
Thanks, Mitch. You thought you were going to get one up on me, too.
Scott's.
Not Creed the movie, you dumbass. Creed the band.
Drink some pills.
Scott Staps thought that people were following him. He went crazy.
Yeah, he did.
He might be suffering from AIDS.
We should just make a list of all the people we know for sure has AIDS.
Yeah.
To all the people with AIDS that are listening, sorry.
I don't think we have any, do we?
We don't have any people. You don't. How do you know that?
That's true.
How many people follow us?
Well, a lot less now.
You take the good and you take the bad, and you have 20 years of X-Men films. So overall, I think it's pretty good. What do you guys think?
This conversation about the X-Men films have been like the X-Men films. It's been like really rocky. It's gone to really stupid places.
Silly places.
But in the end, we were sold to Marvel.
We're plugging it. Pretty remarkable.
That's a great run.
Like, it really seemed to destroy itself with Last Stand, and then it made a nice turnaround. So
X-Men!
Creed?
yeah,
Woo!
X-Men.
Creed 2.
Creed 2.
2.
Well, Zack Snyder had a huge event last weekend.
Hell
They
yeah.
screened all, there was 300 Watchmen and
No,
BVS.
Dawn of the Dead,
Oops, my
Watchmen,
bad.
and BVS.
All director's cuts, correct?
Yeah.
And this is like a big Vero event. Sponsored it. Q&A. Tell us about it, Joe.
So pretty much he announced it like earlier, like in February, like late February, I want to say. Pretty much pay $100 to go to this thing. Like food's provided. You get to watch the movies. There's like a Q&A after. I kind of wish I went because it seemed like just like,
Where was it?
It was in like Pasadena, I want to say.
Okay.
And it was at this like arts center. I can't remember what it's called, but that's what the entire like thing was for, is to raise money to refurbish this arts center. So the first night they watched Dawn of the Dead, which I watched it too, like the director's cut, and there's only like maybe like a 10-minute difference. And it's still only like an hour 49, which I'm like, you don't think about that movie being that short.
Yeah.
What?
Was it like a good additional 10 minutes, or could you have just been
Yeah, I mean, he said he added like some gore in there and, like stuff that...
Now, are these movies, and I don't mean to cut you off, are these movies ones that you can actually buy? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I have all the...
the director's cuts. Okay. Gotcha.
Like the director's cut for Watchmen is like 3 hours versus... Or 3 hours...
Yeah, because they added like
something.
20 minutes or something to it.
Yeah, and then like the ultimate cut's like 3 hours and like 30 minutes because
I need to get the ultimate cut.
the ultimate cut's pretty good. And then I watched it with the his commentary. It was really interesting. Like he just kind of breaks down like everything.
That's awesome.
And it's funny because like he says the word cool or like awesome every 10 seconds, and you're like, he's like really likes what he does.
That's
like,
cool.
I really appreciate it. So yeah, the first night they watched Dawn of the Dead, second night they watched Watchmen, where like he really started letting loose with like, that's where he said, the whole Batman kills thing.
Oh, that was during the Watchmen?
During the
Q&A?
Watchmen, because like, he started talking about like how Watchmen couldn't really exist today, but like it deserved its moment in, to shine and to be untouched by the studio. And I can't remember what like prompted it, but yeah, someone was like, talking about the darkness and realism of heroes. And he was like, and then you got people coming in like, whoa, Batman kills. And he's like, wake the fuck up. And like, that's where, people take that out of context and just like, people like, Zack Snyder says you should wake the fuck up because Batman kills. It's like, that's not what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Watchmen, did the Q&A, and then Sunday they did BVS, which I kind of like, I didn't realize I never saw the ultimate cut in theaters. Like, I never think about that because like that's all I watch now, but I've never seen it in theaters because they did like the...
Oh, sure, yeah.
Was it like a week long or maybe like a weekend of like showing the ultimate cut in theaters?
Yeah, I think so.
But
is it not the one that was released on Blu-ray? Is this a
no?
even
it was
longer?
No,
one?
it was the ultimate cut. It wasn't the 4-hour
okay.
cut that has
so
been talked about.
Okay, yeah.
No, that would have made the rounds if he premiered that.
Yeah.
And then they did the Q&A and they talked about the Snyder cut a little bit, and that's where he talked about his Justice League plans. Some of the questions were dumb. Like one of them was like, "What is your favorite Spider-Man and what is your favorite Spider-Man movie?"
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man. And like I feel bad because like the guy who asked that is like very prominent on like Twitter, and like he's like big in like the Snyder community and stuff. And I guess he got driven off of Twitter because like he was just tired of the harassment about the question, which I get it, but also like, come on, you know why we were there.
Probably just wanted to ask something that was clever.
Yeah,
I guess, but it wasn't really clever. And then like he said my favorite Spider-Man was probably Tobey Maguire, but I'll say I like Tobey Maguire, and the headlines will come out and say like, oh, he hates Tom Holland, and that's like the first headline that came out.
Yeah,
but I like Tobey Maguire too, so I can see why. I mean, I get that. How old is he?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
He's probably almost 50.
50 something maybe.
Oh, is he
Yeah,
in
okay,
his 50s?
so-
Might be almost 50.
I mean, well, let's just all say that Andy Garfield was terrible.
Andrew Garfield, no, he was good.
I thought
he was
good.
all right. The first movie was good.
Terrible.
I like how she just. Never mind. He wasn't terrible. The writing just wasn't like super strong, and I don't know. He was. I think he was the most probably comic accurate Peter we've had. Like even more than Tom Holland. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Tom Holland's accurate in
But
that he's
Tom Holland's
young.
playing a younger.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that he's accurate in that he's young and he's in high school. That's great. But like, I don't really care. It's like, where's he going to go after this? Like, I want to see.
I think they've gotten better.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like Toby, I don't know. He just has goofy faces. It distracts me.
The whole thing with Toby is that it worked in the 2000s because the general audience was just like, oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Yep.
But now it's just like,
now we're getting particular.
Well, now like the general audience is outweighed by the comic audience.
Yeah.
It's like we very much want a comic accurate Peter. We want to see, Spider-Man do Spider-Man things.
Right.
So how did we get on this topic?
Zack Snyder.
Oh yeah. So that was annoying that, that question brought out the articles like, oh, Zack Snyder likes Spider-Man and it's not Tom Holland. It's like, well, that's not what he said, but okay.
Stupid.
But I mean, here's the thing, though. There's been so many iterations. Ooh. You have warm hands. So anyway.
I've been sitting on them.
Oh, have you?
No.
Oh, did you fart on him? Okay.
I'm just curious as to why you grabbed his hand to begin with.
Because he was just holding it out like there. I was just like,
Oh.
Needed some brother.
Why didn't you?
Kumbaya.
Anyway.
Go ahead, Mitch.
No. All I'm saying is that we've had so many iterations. I mean, it's you shouldn't go for the newest guy. I mean, I get that you should promote him. You should say, yeah, he's a great actor and all that stuff. But let a man have his favorites.
Well, it's probably something Snyder's been thinking about too.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's like Bond, you know. Oh, Daniel Craig's my favorite.
Yeah, like if
It's like
everybody.
Bond right now, you idiot.
Yeah, if everybody said, oh,
I don't know. I don't think
Sean
that's a
No,
weird
but
stab.
I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
come on. There's been
Especially if you're younger and like you grew up with Daniel Craig and you've watched the old ones and you're just like, okay, these are cool, but like I like Daniel Craig and like because that's who I know.
right.
But yeah, and then like that led into him talking about like the Avengers movies. He didn't go into like detail, but he was like, that might have been the Watchmen Q&A. But anyways, he talked about the Avengers movies, and he was like, people come up to me and say like, I like the Avengers movies though. They're awesome. He's like, yeah, I like them. I watch them too. But I think you need to be open minded to other stuff. Mm-hmm. And like that's the problem with
Right.
like
I like
we're
that he's open to talking about it.
no, absolutely. And he was just talking, or we were just talking about like
He's laid back.
Marvel hating, Marvel fans hating like anything that's not Marvel. It's just like other people make movies. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's what Sam Jackson was talking about. I think in like Glass, he was doing like promotion, like answering like Twitter questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This is just a cover story for Nick Fury." And Sam goes, other people make movies. It's not just DC and Marvel." I'm like, "Thank you. Finally, somebody said it." Like, hopefully people pay attention to this.
Right.
But yeah, like but Snyder is just a very laid back guy. He like throughout the entire thing, he did seem a little drunk, but also he has dyslexia. And I guess that can like mess with how you talk,
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Really?
I can.
and
yeah.
so you can't like verbalize like quickly.
Nope.
So he has to think about stuff like in real time. So he's just like thinking about the answer, and people are like making fun of him because he's like, "Oh, why is he so nervous? Is he drunk?" It's like, really, man, you're making fun of dyslexia? That's cool. I whatever, man. I don't really care.
And here's a guy who's made some of the best, DC movies. My personal favorite comic book movie of all time is still The Watchmen.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
You know?
I watched that. I watched that with my mom, which I didn't think she would ever watch that movie, and she did, and she loved it. But
I mean, there's some really strong themes in there.
There
Skip the
are,
owl
and every
shit
time I
down.
watched it, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was like, and they have sex, and then we get there. I was like, oh, Hallelujah's
he
coming.
watched it with her, did the whole thing.
I was like, oh, Hallelujah's coming up. Oh my god.
Shit. Don't worry, Mom. They replaced her with a male actor that's a male boob.
And I said
Don't worry.
more like Hallelujah, am I right? Because owl. And then she just disowned me. No. Anyways,
Go away for 20 minutes, Mom. Go away.
Can that be the name of this episode? Hallelujah.
If it trends well, I don't know.
trends.
Well,
We'll see how it works with the crowd.
usually a title you want it to be
Hallelujah.
like, free
Anyways,
tickets doesn't work.
He's
so.
gonna put boner.
There you go.
It's gonna trend everywhere.
anyways, yeah. Every time I watch
wrong crowd.
Watchmen, it's like I think how like it's the most comic accurate or most accurate adaptation of like any graphic novel or comic we've ever seen, and maybe we'll ever see. I don't know because ever since then WB's.
And still, people are pissed off at the ending. It wasn't, this.
Oh, why do you find a giant squid? Shut up.
Yeah.
Do you
your ass to
do
Red
you think you
Lobster.
would have liked that if they did though?
Oh, I think it
Like,
was
I'm
lost
at- like,
audience.
they would've
Like
dogged
the audience would have been like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
But I love his detailed things, and
His
the
detail,
gear,
Dude, the shots,
Yeah.
his visuals are insane, like unlike any other. Like someone compared him like Michael Bay, and I'm like,
No.
nah, it's a big no for me.
No, it's very
And they're like,
arcade.
I think he went to the same art school. And I'm like, or the same film school. I'm like, that makes sense. But like comparing like visually, no.
I think overall people just complain about his color palette. Over that,
Michael Bay or
no, I'm talking
No.
about Snyder. I'm sorry. Like I think that's what a lot of
Well,
people
yeah,
don't
because
like
Man of
about
Steel
it.
and like BVS were kind of like darker
You
movies.
can turn them up. I mean, it's like your contrast.
Or you can turn them off and stop complaining.
No, I'm
Nobody's
just
holding a gun
saying,
to
if
your head
you-
and telling
if
you to
you
watch
like-
these movies.
Yeah.
more color. Like do that, but
Go
no.
watch the
film.
go watch the '70s Superman. Just quit bitching about it.
Yeah.
But no,
Color palette needs to get turned.
her eyes were very busy. Like, whoa,
Turned up.
Turned.
Turned.
that's enough.
I don't get it. The color palette needs to get turned.
Last night, he just talked about his Justice League plans, and they
Yes.
were like, "We got time for one more question," and everybody's like, "Oh, like gotta ask him about the Snyder Cut," and then he was like, "Oh, what did you like about what was your favorite prop from the movie or something?" Like that was the last question. It was something about like the jerseys that they wore in the movie. I'm like,
There's a cool story with that.
that's cool, but like,
Yeah, no, I get it.
come on, read the room.
Right.
And so apparently, like I was talking to people who were there, and they were like, "Yeah, the crowd was getting like really like rowdy, and the Q&A was supposed to be longer than that, but they had to like cut it short."
Oh, damn.
And also Snyder, I guess, had to get out of there because he's starting Army of the Dead.
Oh,
So
okay.
What's
yeah,
that about?
it's like a zombie like heist movie,
Okay.
Interesting.
which I don't know if it's gonna be a sequel to Dawn of the Dead because like
Oh, I didn't even think about yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna be like at all. He hasn't really even
I look forward to it.
announced anything.
I like to see him working again.
Yeah, and I mean he's being very cheeky with like he was talking about like, oh, and I work with Netflix, who's very director like they let directors do their stuff, and there's like a kind of a lull and everybody laughed, and he would say stuff like, he's like, yeah, I don't think this would be the place where we premiered anything that nobody's ever seen. That'd be crazy. And everybody's like, ah ha ha ha, because, and then he like kept poking fun like
Yeah.
at Warner Brothers and just
Right.
like how they're pretty much pissing their pants about the length of the movie and the reception and stuff. I don't know.
But what question led to him talking about Justice League? Like his
I
version
think-
that they didn't
I think
shoot.
there was some girl who just asked like, what the hell happened with that, and he
yeah.
started talking about like so him and Chris Terrio like wrote the original script, and they were done. I think he said like either before or during Batman vs Superman was premiering.
Mm-hmm.
So they were done with the script, and then Warner Brothers like saw the reception of the movie, and they were like, "Oh
Panicked.
no, that's too weird." And then he told everybody about it, and oh my god, we could have gotten something like amazing. So have you read
Yeah.
have you read the description?
Well, let's share it.
So okay, so pretty much the nightmare scene in Batman vs Superman. I'm assuming we've all seen it.
Yes.
It would have played into the second one where, or no, into Justice League, I think, or maybe Justice League 2. I can't remember, but it would have come back into play. And pretty much it would be like in the future world, everything's on the brink of ruin. Superman's turned evil because Darkseid boom tubed into the Batcave where Batman was like protecting Lois, and he kills Lois Lane. So then Superman saw that and was like, "Well, I mean, I have nothing to live for. You guys failed me," or like he. Other people are saying like he might have made it look like Batman killed her or something, or like accidentally or something. I don't know.
right, yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
So
Yeah, because if he's controlling Superman, he
so
could be like,
so like Wonder Woman would die protecting her. Aquaman would be already dead, I think. So it'd be just Flash, Cyborg, and Batman, and like it's only like part of Cyborg too. So he's like
it's like cut in half. Like
Yeah.
basically what Steppenwolf did, pulled them
Yeah.
apart
Yeah.
in the Justice League we
yeah.
got.
So they're like, yeah, we got to go back and like reset everything.
Would have been kind of like a flashpoint.
Well, I think he
a
was gonna.
weak
I think
Flashpoint.
he was gonna boom tube him into the not Flashpoint. He was gonna boom tube him into the Batcave before he could kill Lois. I think like so. He opened like the boom tube, but he was like, okay, there's two doors. Which one do we send? it to?
Cyborg was saying this to Bruce.
Cyborg was saying this to Bruce, and Bruce was like, which one would you send me to? He didn't say which one. He said, which one would you send me to? He said this one. And he goes, okay, send me in that one, because when you send me in that one, that's when Flash came back in time, and he was too soon.
Yeah.
He's in the Batcave.
Yeah, that's when he was-
visiting
that's when he was
Bruce
in the
Wayne. I had no
Batcave.
idea what was going on.
Yeah.
So send him here.
Send me here. That's kind of where
Darkseid would have made a heavy appearance, so we
Yeah.
would
Well,
have
yeah,
gotten
he
that.
killed Lois Lane.
Steppenwolf.
This was
going
going to go for it.
Yeah,
I mean, this wasn't
Steppenwolf
playing
would've
it
been-
safe.
This was like going
That's
to be.
what I-
This was going to be. People describe this as like a DC Star Wars or a DC Lord of the Rings type epic.
Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back level.
Like
event.
a
Yeah.
grand like a movie, like a superhero movie on a grand scale, and like anything more than Marvel had given us at that point. And
That's
then it's
that's
just
why I
like
applaud Man of Steel 4 and BVS. Like
That would have
The
just
scales
put
were
them up
massive,
here if they
and
would've
that would've
done
really
really
that.
right,
up, yeah.
exactly.
those
Yeah.
films were massive, and then you go from the Man of Steel BVS setup, and then you get to Justice League, and it's like so condensed, and there's
Yeah.
like no outside world involvement. It's like this.
The whole
threat
dream
is bigger
sequence would have
than
made more
Yeah.
sense. From what I heard, Darkseid was supposed to kill Steppenwolf.
That's just what
He
gets
killed,
me.
yeah, you killed Steppenwolf
Yeah.
because he failed to kill the Justice League.
Yep.
And then he pretty much coerces Superman to turn evil.
Yep.
Someone made a good line that was like it kind of mimicked what Superman said to Batman in the Nightmare World, Darkseid said this to Superman. He said, "She was your world, and they took her from you." And I'm like, oh my god, I would have gotten. I got chills just reading
Because
that.
I think people associate that line now because we never got the ending of that nightmare sequence. They assume that's Martha. I think what he's talking about.
Yeah.
When it's not. It's
Right.
Lois. So, it's just so frustrating.
Coulda,
But
woulda, shoulda, and that's sad.
But they didn't shoot. They didn't shoot.
They
that
didn't
script.
shoot any of that.
No.
Like
No, I
none of
know.
that would be, like in the Snyder. Well, so the Snyder cut also.
3.5 hours.
I know this is gonna piss people off. Yeah, like 3:30. It's gonna piss people off, but it does exist.
Yes.
It's
Someone asked him
the
afterwards.
VFX have to be finished and the soundtrack has to be finished, but it does exist. It's like pretty much done. He confirmed it on video.
Yep.
That it's done. It's up to Warner Brothers to release it.
Got his own cut.
Got his own cut. There's apparently like 10 different versions,
Yes,
but the one that he
several
did
cuts.
was finished. So it
So
does
record
exist.
Warner
Like, you know,
Brothers.
what everybody's been saying for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, Larry Fong's been saying it, Jay Oliva, Clay Enos, and now we got, you know, the man himself, Zack Snyder, saying it. And everybody, like, the narrative's changing. Everybody's like, oh, it does exist. But will it ever come out? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I
We
believe
see that
it
now.
will, but it might take 20, 30
No, it's gonna
years,
take
just
time.
like the Donner cut took.
But
I think
also
it's
Zach
gonna
said, like,
happen.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Also, Zach said, like, they're feeling the pressure. Like, WB has felt, you know,
Yeah, they
the
screwed up.
screams
They
from...
really screwed up.
Yeah, and, like, it would be in their best interest to re-release it. Like, especially
see-
in theaters like they did with the Ultimate Cut, people would go.
We've
People
lost-
would be there.
We've lost so many of the main actors though in this series right now, not from just contracts expiring.
Well,
I'm not talking about continuing the storyline.
I know,
per
but
se.
that's the problem is that now when people see it, it could get the
think
credit
they
that
should
it
just start
needs.
over.
And then all of a sudden
they
people are
can't,
going to be
though.
like, why
They
can't
already
we?
No,
have
don't start
success.
over.
They already have success with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam's supposed to be great.
Well,
you start over, it's just
those
going to be
two.
like...
You could either
Those
start
two.
over, or you could just, like, continue and let the directors do whatever the hell they're going to
That's
do.
And that's
True.
what they should have
Yeah.
done with Snyder. Not to say that Snyder was going to make the best movie of all times.
I
but
don't know.
I know, but I'm just trying to be
It-
fair. Like,
it
It
was
might have been
pretty
up
good.
there.
Yeah.
for those who question, I'm just saying it to be fair.
Yeah.
If you let him have his vision, you can always course correct that at the end.
And you know what? After the 5-movie arc that he was going to do, he's going to be done. That's all. He just wanted to do those 5 movies that told the story of Superman.
And that would have been enough.
And
Like, that's...
I mean,
awesome.
I like that cast. I just don't like the middleman.
why?
Batman.
Ben
The best
Affleck?
Batman we've ever had?
Yep, the best Batman we've ever had.
Thank you. She said it. You just put that in the.
I'll edit it so
Yeah.
it's like she just praises him all the time.
I like that middleman. The best Batman we ever had, and that's all.
I think that. Well, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't even.
Was he
matter.
that terrible? You
I just
think
don't
so?
like him.
We know
I
you're
like
you're a
Ezra.
Christian
I
Bale
like-
purist. That's fine. We know you're a Christian Bale purist.
Well, I mean,
Probably more Michael Keaton. Right?
I like Mike. Well, I grew up with Michael Keaton,
Yeah.
so
Damn,
you know.
getting up there.
But Christian Bale was good. But that was a different. That was something different. I mean, that was a different.
This was a comic accurate Batman. This was
Yes.
I'm pointing to him if you for all the listeners.
we have
out
a
there.
poster.
I'm pointing to the
The Watchmen
shrine
press.
of Justice League.
Yes.
The only good thing to come out of that Justice League movie is the Alex Ross inspired poster.
beautiful
Speaking of Justice League, did you guys read some of the tabloid media about how they're trying to sign a petition to get Amber Heard to not be in the next Aquaman because she's been accused of
Yeah.
actually abusing Johnny Depp?
Yes, I have heard
Yeah.
that. I don't know if that'll happen though.
Yeah, probably
It,
not.
it could.
If
she
Johnny
goes
Depp
to
doesn't
trial-
get dropped out of Fantastic Beasts, then she's probably not going to get dropped out.
I
of it.
just thought it was worth mentioning. We were talking about it.
No,
it
I
was
get it.
trending in
I
the
get
No,
news.
Well,
it's definitely a good point though because they're saying that
I don't know.
this-
I haven't made up my
actually-
mind on that story. I
if
don't
this
know.
actually goes to trial, she could be too busy with that to actually be in the next Aquaman movie.
Mm-hmm.
So just by default, she could be out of it. But that doesn't mean she's out of it totally. She could
Right.
come back the third movie. But there is enough fanfare now that it's switched to, okay, Johnny Depp was a bad guy to, maybe we believe him now that she actually is borderline crazy.
They just call it even, and they're like, "You guys keep it."
Yeah,
Well,
it-
well,
I
like,
haven't seen any of the evidence against her, but I hear there is some. So
against her, there is.
yeah.
There's a lot. Like
yeah.
she just did a lot. But
all of
also
a
like
sudden, his friends came out and basically said, yeah, she went crazy. She threw things at him.
She crashed
That's the
waves
reason.
on him with her power.
I never really knew how to react to this in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, when he was being accused, but now that she's being accused, I really don't know. So I'm just like, I haven't made up my mind. I probably won't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, that's between them. I have no idea what really happened. I don't think we're ever going to know.
yeah.
And like
They'll keep their jobs.
I was talking to someone about this, and they're like, it's kind of common.
I think it was just more of the fact that he was such a phenomenal actor and she slandered him.
Yeah.
Just tried to do everything that she could to ruin his career. And this guy is like great. So
Yeah,
no,
it's not
Johnny
great.
Depp is he's I call him a character actor because he's not.
it's tough because now you have the classic scenario of two people breaking up. Both sides are now talking.
But leave your careers out of it.
Right.
Leave that out of that.
Right, and that's
They're
where they
both
went
doing
wrong.
well too. It's not like she doesn't have a job or anything.
wouldn't
Well, and
She's
I brought up the
usually-
fact that like could it have been like both sides like abusive,
Both
and
sides be at
apparently
fault.
that's like a
Reactive
that's a
to the
common
other,
apparently
perhaps.
that's a common thing, like
Yeah.
abusive relationships, like
two-sided for sure.
from both sides, like so it's like
Yeah.
I feel like that plays into the
It's messed up.
And you're right. It's tough to figure out who's at fault, and now both sides are going at it. And,
Yeah.
I don't
Anyways.
care. I just don't want to be like hated for liking Johnny Depp because you get a lot of that.
don't
Oh,
hate
you
you.
like a woman beater? Like, no, it's
hey
not
hey
about that at all.
that's not why I hate you.
It's because I don't like Ben Affleck.
It is
Batflack,
Benny boy.
Batflack.
Batflack.
It's Batfleck.
Bat Fat.
What'd you call me?
No, I didn't call you Bat Fat.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
Now that's why I hate you.
It is Sunday.
So overall, I want to see the cut. I think we should see it. but
Oh, absolutely.
It's up to Warner Brothers basically, and who knows when. The
And
hell they're
and
gonna
all
allow
the
that.
tabloids out there, saying the Snyder Cut doesn't exist because they never shot his original script. Nope, the Snyder Cut exists. It's 3 hours and 30 minutes. It's not his original script.
Wait. They shot this whole movie and then didn't use it, and then they had to
that's
shoot
how
it.
Yeah, where have
bad
you
they screwed
been?
And then
up.
they had to shoot another movie
Where
with
have
the
you
same
been?
actors.
Yeah.
Okay, so no wonder that movie was so terrible. I bet they were just effing pissed
Yeah.
that they did one movie and then had to go and be like, no, we got
It
to go
was
do
pretty
this
much
movie.
Yeah,
done,
absolutely.
And it took like
It was
another.
completely done,
That's
and
absolutely what it was.
They used the narrative that his
3 hours and 30 minutes of a movie
That's why it sucks.
that got finished,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they said, "Oh, let's just
chop
reshoot
it
every."
up, reshoot, put it together.
They flew them out to so he was looking for Aquaman in Iceland or whatever.
Yes.
They flew them out there. They were on location.
Yeah.
WB
That would've been
spent the
amazing.
money already.
That would have been.
It was already
amazing.
there. They were already there.
Yeah.
That was just.
And then they said, "Let's
grand
reshoot it."
scale. He put these guys in a grand scale movie. And
No wonder Ben Affleck was so bad.
It's like an Andrew Garfield scenario. This is just the writing plus.
And
the
this might be
reshoot.
true about. I know a lot of people aren't fans of Whedon, but supposedly he wanted more time to fix this film. Fix it with what Warner Brothers was saying. They didn't want to give him the time, so he didn't. They had to rush it. I mean, if you look at it,
Either way, this thing was rushed.
He could have dropped
yeah.
out.
Yeah. He
Are they
could've.
eating their own shit right now? Because they should be.
a little bit,
Pretty
but
much. I mean, they're very
there's
much
ice
coasting.
cream.
They're very much coasting on the Aquaman and Shazam success. But they still have felt the pressure of people saying, we need the Snyder Cut. You guys really messed up with this because
Yeah, they did. This is terrible. I mean,
it was really bad. And
I'm not trying to
the more time
overdramatic,
Yeah.
but
no, the
this
more
is-
time goes on, the worse it gets because
Yeah.
I remember watching the theater. I'm like, okay, for a movie that kind of had to be reshot, I get it. That was fine.
Very watered
and then
down.
you hear the stories and you're like, oh, they didn't need to reshoot it. They just did because
They
fun.
basically made the
They
movie
wanted to make
again.
a fun movie,
Yeah.
but
Brunch.
the
Didn't
movie
you get
was
that cool joke
the movie
about
was
brunch?
done.
Yes.
It was over.
Yeah.
Well, the test screenings were terrible. They say.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Who did
'Cause
they
you
test
get-
screen with?
Yeah, exactly.
But
What-
see, that's
what
the
age
thing,
group?
though.
What
If
did
they
they
didn't
test
complete
group?
the effects, of course, a test screen might not be that great because you don't see all the special effects.
Yeah, you don't see Zach's
not a
grand
complete
design
movie.
yet. Yeah.
Anyways,
man, no pressure.
so yeah, Snyder Cut exists. It's out there.
Yes.
It's up to WB.
Well,
it
that
will be a
president's gone.
It will be a bittersweet thing. What?
The president's gone now, right? The guy who oversaw everything.
Yeah, Kevin Tsujihara's out.
So maybe the new guy will be smart.
Even if
or
they
girl.
do release a Snyder Cut, it will be a little bittersweet now that we know the finer details of
That's
what was
it,
going to be in
yeah.
it. And people are thinking about they should turn it into a graphic novel series.
Oh, that'd be
or like an animated movie, which could be really cool
like
because
the script. You mean?
yeah, the script, his whole arc. So
Yes.
I think they mean even start from Man of Steel
They need to do that.
and turn it into like a
Right.
a 5-part graphic novel or whatever. That would be pretty cool.
They could do that.
They totally could. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. overall, that's all we have for today. We'll be back next week. I'm Josh.
I'm Megan.
I'm Mitch.
And I'm Joey.
Bye.